up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are RayJ, Kim K's lawyer has clapped back at you, and basically the streets are saying she ain't giving you another dime. You guys, what am I talking about? RayJ and Kim are locked in a bitter battle. You know Kim sued RayJ for defamation. Now, she got Alex Spiro on her team, and baby, yeah, RayJ, thoughts and prayers to your bank account. Alex Spiro might be another thing, a lot of things, but baby, he is not losing. All right. But then you got Kim K. What's up with Kim K? Because RayJ actually countersued her and said, no, y'all made up the lie about the tape and y'all propagated for years. Now, when I heard that, I said, listen, it's a bunch of horrible people. RayJ, you was down with it. You were getting paid for it. You were happy to do this as long as Kim sent you a little picture here and there. And you could always think you hit it first. Kim and Kris, yeah, y'all was up there crying tears on Oprah. Oh, I don't know. We know it was a mess, right? And when they got sued, I was like, why would they sue RayJ for defamation though? Because at the end of the day, RayJ knows all their business. And even though he might be under a strict NDA now, whatever is put in the court is actually what's going to be talked about. Like, the easiest way to get out of NDA is put everything in the court filing, or argue it in court. And if it goes in front of a jury trial, and they can even get people on the jury that are not Kardashian fans, I don't know, it's in LA, so we'll see. I mean, at the end of the day, Kim, what are you going to do? But there's a new blind item that just came out that said it's deeper than all of us think. Because, yeah, they're arguing suit, countersuit, but what they're really talking about is extortion, or the way Kim trying to send a message to RayJ that the bank is closed, and RayJ is like sending a message back to Kim, the bank is closed. I built this bank. What you mean it's closed? Oh, no. We have a problem. You guys, let's get into this blind item, because again, we don't know if it's about Kim or Kris or whoever, but just listen, okay? The blind item 492, the the empire in the matchbox. Okay, ready? Sources are whispering. Hold on, we need some music. Maestro, hit that blind item music for me real quick. Okay, let's go. Sources are whispering that a certain famous family of media sorceresses, that ES is kicking my butt, may have finally met the one man too tired and too broke to stay quiet. Allegedly, this former boyfriend turned permanent loose end has been knocking at the castle gates for years, asking for restitution for a certain vintage cinematic collaboration. And every time they swatted him away, he left. But he never left alone. He always took another receipt, another email, and another contract draft on his way out. Now, insiders say he's realized something chilling. They might burn him at the stake, but he can burn down the whole castle. And allegedly, the matriarch sorceress and her most famous daughter severely underestimated his willingness to go nuclear. What started as a frivolous filing is now looking like a man who's prepared to swing a torch at the drapes, the foundation, and the entire West Wing. Even stranger, people close to the situation can't understand why the billion-dollar one is suddenly taking a hard legal stance after years of pretending the past was settled. It really has the streets talking and asking a couple of things. What exactly is she trying to get him to shut up about this time? Because the timing is weird. An insider says she knows she can't spin this one. Not in California, not with Discovery, and definitely not if a jury gets a whiff of this mess. But here's the real tea, and this is where it gets juicy, you guys, all right? Some sources think this isn't about truth or justice at all. It's about cutting off the man who keeps circling back for money and sending him a warning that the bank is closed. There's only one problem. He finally believes he has nothing left to lose. And when a man has nothing left to lose against a family with everything to hide, yeah, no one might be safe. You see, insiders say the real tension didn't start with the lawsuit. It started years ago when Mr. Vintage Footage developed a habit of circling back like a man who knew where all the bodies and the hard drives were buried. Allegedly, every time he hit a financial rough patch, a mysterious conversation would happen. A check would be cut, A favor would be granted. A door would quietly close. And in exchange, they got silence. But here's the part the streets are really whispering. He never came back empty-handed. As you recall, he always had new proof and a new memory and a new, you sure you want this to go public, breadcrumb in his pocket. Enough to keep the family nervous, but not enough to detonate the entire machine. And again, I get it because we all think RayJ is a fool from one time or the other, but he's not a fool. He just be putting that act on. Hold on, there's more. Over the years, sources say the $1 billion one treated him like a recurring bill she couldn't stand. Annoying, inconvenient, but always cheaper than letting him talk. But something changed. Allegedly, he came back one too many times, or he asked for 1 0 too many, or he told them he wasn't interested in small settlements anymore. He wanted payback for 20 years of being the villain in a story they allegedly choreographed together. Now, to me, this part is actually believable because I can believe that every time he needs a favor or money or whatever, he goes back to the Kardashians because he has them. They are all in this together. I think Kris and Kim now think that they are so big that whatever thing he detonates, they can put a top on it and it won't be that much damage, and then RayJ will currently be out of their head. Again, I think they've gotten so big that they can crush RayJ just in intimidation. And that, listen, but the thing is, they're saying that's when she snapped. That's when the frivolous lawsuit language appeared. That's when the PR machine suddenly woke up and chose violence. And that's when the matriarch sorceress reportedly told her team, cut the cord. If he wants war, we'll give him something to cry about. Except, insiders say the calculation wasn't smart. Because for the first time in 20 years, he's not asking for a check. He's asking for revenge, for relevance, and for reparations in any order the court will accept. And the ironic twist, they thought suing him would shut him up. But allegedly, all it's done is convince him that the only way out is to drag their entire empire into court and make them bleed for every lie. This time, insiders say, he's not circling back for money. He's circling back with matches. Woo! What y'all think about this? So listen, the related article is Kim K and Alex Spiro and Kris Jenner literally hit back to RayJ's suit and called the lawsuit, said it was a frivolous lawsuit over the infamous sex tape. Now, here's the thing. I get, if this is what's happening, I kind of can understand. Like, they're looking at you as an open piggy bank, but at the end of the day, you need to treat it like an open loan, because without that tape, like what, where do they exist without that tape? Okay, but also, and let's be real, they're thinking about, oh, you're going to lose. And with Alex Spiro, he probably is going to lose. But that doesn't mean that he isn't going to embarrass them, humiliate them. I really do think that maybe Kim and Kris, if this is true, thinks that they can make this all go away. Because again, no matter what he puts out, they can do it. But what happens when you don't, with the tabloids, you just make sure stories don't run. But what happens when it's another trial and RayJ got his lawyers and he got his lawyer glasses on and he's doing, and you know RayJ is a showman and he's doing his best imitation, and it doesn't matter whether he's guilty or not. Axe Prince has everything probably in his mama's name or his kid's name or Princess's name already, right? But honestly, I just know if it's going to be a jury trial, baby, we going to be covering it. I don't know. This is weird to me that she's even suing RayJ for defamation. I tend to believe that he keeps going back for favors, checks, or whatever. And maybe because Kim's been bragging about being a billionaire, he sees the come up. Maybe he did ask for a check that had one too many zeros. I don't know, y'all. Anyway, what do y'all think of the blind item? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.